Can you be clear on what your the utility rates? Are you, is that what you're questioning, the utility?
No, I'm saying, we've got over $100,000 in uncollected utility bills that have accumulated over the last 4 years.
That's fire rate, 4 years.
Gee.
Wow.
Okay.
You're asking for an audit of the city?
Forensic audit.
From the state auditor and inspector.
Yeah.
That's good.
You know, if we can scratch the surface and find, here, I'll just pass this down. If you wanna look at it, go ahead, if not, pass it on down. I'm gonna pass the sheet down so everybody can see what I've talked about with, well, Justin and I've had some conversations over some of this stuff.
Jared, I think you and I discussed, you had some.
The only thing that I pointed out to you, mentioned it to both you and Neil, and I wanna make sure I'm clear for some things that Neil mentioned to me earlier. This is just I don't think it's a legal thing, it's just you all need to make sure you're thinking about it. Remember, when you go and do these forensic audits, the state auditor's office is going to charge you. You're going to get a bill during the process of it.
So
But
what?
that
So
also,
what?
but that also doesn't mean that in time, like, it's there for a reason. When you need to do it, whether it's gonna cost or not. But it's something that's got to be a factor, I think, in your decision. And I know Neil's got some other thoughts on that, but from the process is there to be able to do it. And you all are one of the bodies that can start that request process.
I think we're the only body that can
I
request that.
think there may be some other places, I think DA's office can do it.
Including being investigated.
But this is, this is the local level. You try to start
Attorney
things at the
General.
local level.
If I was a new city manager and I'm not telling you what to do or anything, if I took over, I would want an audit, just to clear my name.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Clean slate.
Can you speak to, we do a independent audit
Yes, we do.
every year.
It's just
And
them.
it's financial and compliance based. There are questionnaires handed out by the auditor to the council and other persons charged with governance or are employees of the city to get, specific questions about if they have any issues with certain things, so that they know the environment that they're operating in and that they can look into those things.
Run
So,
by the city manager.
that.
Used to be pretty hostile.
But every city councilman should have gotten one, had the opportunity to turn it in. So that's what that annual audit is for, but it's not specifically, they do testing and questionnaires to get areas of interest that could be of concern. Now, on a forensic audit that the state auditor does, in our experience, when you do it, you need to be very specific, because it does cost you. Jared might have some ideas on what some recent ones have cost.
$25,000 to $75,000 for a city our size.
Exactly, but as specific as, the one that we are specifically aware of was 13 years ago, was about 60,000 for that city. The more, I think, we put.
But if we've already got 100,000 in uncollected utility bills and 30-some odd thousand down on the house,
Get that down.
we didn't know about that.
Right.
I'm sure somebody knew about the money down on the house.
And I can tell you, before we made the change, or the change of government.
Right.
That was already going to be in the works to claw that money back.
What do you mean change?
Removing our city manager,
Oh,
parting ways, departing the way. That, she had mentioned to me a month before that it was time to start that process.
Sure she
So
can.
yes, it was all.
She was already caught.
you know, it needs to be done.
It was paid in 23.
If
Yeah.
we've got, you know, close to $40,000 that
That'll
is
pay
already
for the audit.
unaccounted for. And you guys saw the other things on that list.
I do think though, that if you look at the state auditor's website, they talk about the forensic audit process. And they say, we recognize forensic audits are costly to taxpayers. We regularly advocate improving communication between local residents and governing boards, councils to ensure access to public records and notification of potential expenditure of public funds.
Right.
So you need to be if you're specific, it might help limit your cost, but I think that's something you can actually speak with someone at the state auditor's office, let them know your concerns, so you know what you're getting into and appropriate that money. If you get to the point that you do wanna request one, you need to talk with the
That's what we're here to
state-
discuss.
Talk to someone at the state auditor, but they have typically run 6 to 9 months behind on field, no, I'm just making sure you know the process.
Yeah,
6 to 9 months out on, field work, and then typically around
she
6
don't.
months.
Ask her where the first agent
for them to-
or.
She's supposed to be
So
coming out of the kitchen if this money gets missing.
Right.
That's the problem.
And, the thing is, it will take a while, but it gives us a good idea of where to start. And I think when we go to hire a new manager, it'll give them a little confidence that we're not gonna try to hold them accountable for anything that may have happened, because this isn't limited to the last 5 years, you know?
I mean, did you
If
know?
we start finding money from 10 or
Did you
15,
know about
20
the
years,
$30,000 down?
I mean, no, we're
I
not gonna
found,
get it back.
I found out
But we
2
know
weeks
what
ago.
mistakes not to make.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. The people did not know.
And it was in 23, so we're just now gonna get the money when she's leaving.
Didn't you state for a
Because she was
5-year
caught.
period?
I did, but depending on what they find, it may.
Just wonder how much more there is.
And that could be the hook for how
Right,
bad can it.
no, I get, yeah. But when you talk about being specific, is that where we need to, if we wanna choose to go that, we need to go, we want it definitely to be from this period to this period?
Well, I
Well,
was just
it-
thinking from the
even
change
certain
of,
transaction, I mean, if you and that's, when I talk about, the financial audit, and of course they get into compliance, they get out questionnaires so that they've got specific, they're not wasting time on
Right.
areas that are not an issue. You want to be as specific as you can. If you have any issue with contracts, tell them what contracts they are, what.
Severance
what
agreements.
time, that kind of thing.
Contracts for-
saves money.
Appealing and
yes,
limited.
and that's, when I asked
Contracts
for
to
this to be put on the
lawyers.
agenda, I did say, basically starting with
Right.
5 years ago with Larry Mitchell forward. Just kind of see what's been going on.
But even more, that's pretty broad.
That is pretty
That's
broad,
pretty
but
broad. If
if,
you can-
if somebody would pass that sheet on down to her. Okay.
There's other specific.
Reimbursements.
How many times did she spend $15,000 with nobody's approval, and what on?
And I have some of those items on there, you know, they're minor, but there may be a pattern, I don't know.
The people deserve to know.
Yep.
We'll pay for it too.
That's right.
We are.
Yeah.
One way or the other, we're paying.
We're into it now, I don't see any way out of it.
There you go.
No, I don't disagree, I just, you know, having talked to Ace a little bit and a couple other people, the one thing that I was,
Right or wrong, I believe we're gonna have to do it.
their recommendation was along with hers, just be clear in what it is we're looking for.
Well, that's what we would direct Jared to do.
So, yeah, I mean,
We're
whatever
gonna
that
look for
is.
everything, not just one thing.
Should the motion be?
Find the bones that are buried.
I mean, we can certainly start there, I might have to bring it back to get something final,
Right.
but get the process
Based on
going.
the
absolutely.
criteria that I sent you, if you were in that same email.
Yeah, and I've got that pulled up, I mean, you're just, so we're all on the same page, we're all talking the same
Right.
thing. You've got it in there to do a review of the financial activity for the city of Watonga, from August 23, 2021 to July 29, 2025, requesting the specific but not limited to these items: utility billing practices and collections, vendor payments related to capital and construction projects, reimbursement and expense claims submitted to by the former city manager, adherence to city of Watonga's financial policies and applicable state laws. Those were so it was not, come look at everything, but with the, but not limited to, it, opens it up a lot broader, so they can start.
Do we wanna narrow it down?
No.
No.
You wanna, don't limit it.
I mean, some of them are specific, I mean, the expense reports were specific, if you can just limit it to the areas of concern, again, if there's any issue, they will expand it. I mean, the construction, is that how that was said?
Related to capital and construction
Capital and
projects.
constructions, if there's any specific ones you know of, we can start there. I mean, that's the only guidance I would give.
The house and everything.
The police department, fire department, city
Vendor-
council,
vendor payments,
city
right.
hall, everything. As a taxpayer, I'd rather spend $500,000 and get it done right.
Exactly.
So, can we, I mean,
Like specifically.
so, those, I guess, the thing to be specific, right? I mean, that's where we pass this, we get the ball rolling, and then we have that discussion about, these are definitely, I mean, I'm asking.
I'm saying specifically, everything in that email, the specifics on that would be, the construction of one house, a down payment on the second one. Utility bills that have gone uncollected. Yeah.
How about this? How about I take what you've got here and start those discussions with, and just be able to get the idea of,
Okay.
this is what it's gonna be like. If they come back and say, ooh, one like that's gonna be $150,000, then we can come back and
Pay
say,
for it.
how can we cut that down a little bit to get a start, and then if we need to expand it, we certainly can. But so it might be a couple of step-long process, and I don't wanna slow you guys down from doing what you wanna do, but I also don't wanna see you get into something where you're spending a lot of money that you might not have wanted to. So
We just spent 55,000 to get rid of her. We got money. Jeez, oh Pete, who cares about the money?
So basically,
I think your motion, the way you kind of worded it there,
the
still
motion
stands.
for the email that Jared just read,
And then I'll bring that back to you all with.
to
more
authorize
information.
him to start talks with the state auditor and inspector, and we're conducting a forensic audit for the city of Watonga.
Hey, did that include getting the $40,000 back that we're waiting on?
Hopefully.
That's a different
Oh, that's
thing.
a
The
well-
state auditor's not gonna help us with that.
Okay.
They'll look and say, did you do that right? Did you not do that right? We'll have to be the ones that start working on
We'll have to
it.
initiate that process. Okay, so I have a motion by Neil,
I'll second.
I have a second by Howard. Any other discussion? Alright, call for the vote. Neil?
Yes.
Debbie? Yes. Howard?
Yeah.
Roy?
Yes.
And I'll vote yes as well, motion carries.